What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Walt Dude over here, and today I'm going to be giving you my rankings of where I see every single team in their current situation. Whether it's heading into the 2021 season because we canceled 2020, or whether it is resuming 2020 or heading into the playoffs straight. Like, where are the teams and where are they going? That's what the rankings on. Championship contenders, easily descripted. Great, they have a lot of good draft picks and they're a solid team. Good team. They're good or bad, but they have good situations for next year, and not like, oh my god, you're horrible. Rebuild, not great talented teams, and they just have to change their identity. They just need to look to themselves and say, you know what, this is not us. We gotta get better. We gotta do better. And tank the season, easily descripted, like blow everything up. So let's start quickly. Washington, tank the season. John Wall's contract, horrible. Bradley Beal, solid player, but not all-star, like not guaranteed all-star, not superstar. Actually, we want guaranteed all-star, but not superstar level. So they don't have enough talent to even say, you know what, rebuild, get good drafts, selections, change your players, trade your bad contracts. They're not even there yet. Like, they're not even there. They're not gonna be there next season. So they just gotta blow everything up. Detroit, same thing. Blow everything up. Let Blake Griffin go. Whether if he rejects his player option, if not, trade him. You gotta tank everything. Like, you gotta tank. Knicks, same thing. Wow, 3 very bad teams. Tank the season level teams. Knicks, I don't even have to talk about that. Just tank the season and fire your owner. Indiana, great situation. No, good team. They're a very good team. Oladipo has to find himself again. Brogdon has to get back to how good he was playing at the start of the season. Sabonis is solid. He was an all-star. And yeah, they have a very good situation. They don't have horrible contracts. Jeremy Lamb and TJ Warren, very solid wings for their team. So yeah, they're in a good team, but they're not great. And championship contenders, way less. Toronto, championship contender. But I don't think they can beat either Boston, which is another championship contender, or Milwaukee. I believe they don't have like the it players now that they don't have Kawhi, and Siakam might choke a little bit in the big games. I think, I don't know. Yeah, I don't see them there. But if Milwaukee and Boston, they don't even have to face them in the semis, they can get to the finals. That's how good that team is, like all around. Boston, same situation, but they can beat Milwaukee in a 7-game series. They can do it. They can do it. I believe they can. They can beat Toronto easily, in my opinion. But Boston, they have everything. They got Kemba, they got Tatum, they got Jalen. That's their big 3. They got Gordon Hayward coming back to hit those shots, to like make hustle plays. And Canner and Theis are very good, two very good centers for them. And they got Marcus Smart from the bench. So that's a championship contender guaranteed. Thunder, great situation. Lots and lots of draft picks. Plus, you got a solid team who right now is a 5th seed in the Western Conference. So that's a great situation to be in. Probably the Chris Paul situation they got going, I don't know. But he's doing his work. Like, he's doing his job. So that's a great situation. Miami, championship contender. Why? They're in a conference where they can reach the conference finals. If they jump to the 3rd seed, past Boston, they don't have to face Milwaukee in the semis. And I think they can jump to the Eastern Conference Finals. They can. I believe they can. So that's why I got them as championship contenders. If they don't even have to face Milwaukee, they can push to the finals. But they won't beat Milwaukee, guaranteed. Maybe they can beat Boston. Charlotte, tank the season. I don't even have to explain myself. Your best player is Devontae Graham, who 2K considers him to be an 81 overall. So, yeah. Terry Rozier's contract situation, horrible. They don't have good players. They just got decent players. So, and of course, Devontae Graham is pretty good. And, yeah, I see them being that bad. Chicago rebuild. They're not a tank the team situation team. And they're not good, so they're here. They're here. Zach LaVine can't be your best player, but he's got good trade value, so that's why they're rebuild. They're not like that bad. And the players around him, they're not like good enough to support him enough to make a playoff run. So that's why he's in a rebuild. They're in a rebuild situation. Orlando, same thing, but you don't have enough great players around Vucevic. Jonathan Isaac's offensive game still needs a lot of development. You got to trade Fournier and you got to trade Aaron Gordon. That's their situation. Sacramento, great. My bad. Good team. They got their all-stars. Yes, even though like Hield and Fox haven't made it into the all-star game, if they were in the Eastern Conference, they can make the push. And they got Bagley, who's still developing into what can be a very, very good big man. So they're in a good team situation. They're still gonna get their draft picks and do a lot of good draft selections. Brooklyn Nets, they're in a great situation. Yes, KD's injured. You can put them like even below tank this season if you want to say, but their best player is injured and you know how he's gonna come back. Come on, even if he come back to a 70% of what Kevin Durant is, he's gonna be a very like good player, top 10, top 50 material. If he comes back to 90% of himself, he's gonna be a top 10 player. So they're there. When Kyrie's a second option, he's way better than what he is as a first option. So they're going to be in a great situation. Memphis, great situation. John Morant and Brandon Clark, great selections. Jaren Jackson Jr. last year, great selection. Jonas Valanciunas, awesome piece to trade for. And yeah, they're in a great situation. They don't have horrible contracts. They don't even have bad contracts, I think. And they got their draft picks. I think next year's is going to be for another team, so they're still going to get their draft picks after that, and they won't even need it next year. Right now, they don't even need it. They're in the playoffs, so Houston, great situation. They're not a title contender. Yes, why do I have Miami and not Houston? Houston can get eliminated in the first round. They're a 6th seed, so that says how much of a championship contender they truly are. Minnesota are a good team. We still have to see what Russell and Towns do a whole year together. And Okogie and Culver are developing into solid wings, not scoring wings, but they're developing into solid wings that can do their job. And they still can do some moves in the free agency and get maybe a good draft pick next season. So they're in a good team situation. Dallas, great situation. They got their future. That's all you need right now. And they're a playoff team. So being a playoff team and having what can be the best duo in 3 or 4 years in the league. So you're in a great situation. Milwaukee, of course, championship contender. New Orleans, great situation. You got Zion, you got Brandon Ingram, you got Lonzo. That's a great situation. Lonzo is developing into a very solid passer. Brandon Ingram, easily the most improved player of the year. And Zion Williamson, if he played the entire year, how he played last season, whatever he played last season, this season, sorry. He's the rookie of the year. So yeah. Obviously, great situation. Clippers, no words. Like, what do you have to say? They're a championship contender. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Lou Will, Montrezl Harrell, Marcus Morris, Pat Bev. Like, that's already 5-6 players I mentioned that not many teams even have on their top 2 of the roster. Like, you know what I'm saying? Denver, great situation. They're not a championship contender. They still don't have it to be a championship contender. Jokic is solid. He's one of the top 10 players in the league, top 15, and he's one of the best 2 centers in the league. So they're there. Cleveland rebuild. They're not gonna tank like, oh my god, they're bad, but you gotta let go of Drummond. I think his player option, if he accepts it, great. If he accepts his player option, great. But you can't pay him 36 mil, 34 mil a season for a team that still doesn't have their best player. Like, Drummond can't be your best player as Detroit. Philadelphia, difficult team to rank. I would say good because of the Al Horford contract situation. But when it comes to talent, come on, they're great. They're a great team. Golden State, they're a great team because you got the first round, the first pick, or the top 5. Say the lottery doesn't help you, they're a top 5 draft pick for a team that doesn't even need a lottery pick when they get healthy next season. Plus, you got a team that is solid for next season in Klay Thompson, who, if he comes back to 75% of himself, he's still a catch and shoot player, so they don't need athleticism. You got Curry. You traded for Wiggins, who can be a solid 3rd or 4th option. Draymond can still pass the ball and just be a very good playmaker, so he's there. And that team's has in a great situation. Lakers, championship contenders. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and a very good list of role players. They're a championship contender. Portland, rebuild, they need to trade CJ already. He's not working for them as a second option. They made it to the Western Conference Finals last year, right? But they're not even a top 18 right now. So yeah, they're a rebuild team. Atlanta, good team. They got Trey. John Collins is not a bad player. He can still develop his game. DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish can be solid players. They're a good team. They're in a good situation. They don't have the record to prove it, but they are in a situation where next year, with a good draft pick, they can be a playoff 8th seed in the East. Phoenix, same situation. Difference, they're in the West, so they're not gonna make the playoffs. If they're not like not everyone's gonna agree because they're not making the playoffs, but their conference is too tough. Like, they still need 1 or 2 pieces to solidify them as okay, they can push to the 8th seed. They had a great start to the season. It all went down. I don't know. It all went down out of nowhere. I'm gonna leave Utah for last because of the Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert situation. San Antonio, you got to rebuild. You got the best coach in the league probably ever, and you need players that model what he wants you to, like, you know, to like what he wants to. Oh my God, I don't even have the word to say it. What Popovich tries to coach into his players, there's not a single player that can be a superstar through that system in that team. So you need to let go of DeRozan if he doesn't accept the player option, or resign him and then do a sign and trade. Aldridge, he's not there anymore. He can be a very solid 2 or 3 option if you find that top option, like that first option. They're in a rebuild situation. They need to do some things in that team. And Utah, they would be here. I'm serious. They would be a championship contender. They're very good. Even with Conley not playing that good, they're still kind of here. But I would have put them there. But I'm sorry. I'd even put them here with the whole Gobert and Mitchell situation. But they're talented enough to even be here. And they have to trade Gobert or Mitchell. They're too good players. Like, too good of players that your trade package is not going to be like giving you enough to like survive without those players. So they're a great situation. This is my ranking. There's teams that I put in great that you're gonna be like, what? But think about where they could be next year if everything goes well. And I've put teams in good and rebuild that you could be like, they could be lower, but think of where they are and where they can be. So yeah, San Antonio, for example, they were pushing for the playoffs, I think, after the All-Star break, and I don't see them here. They got to do something there. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like. I'm gonna do a lot of tier list videos. I'm gonna do a lot of prediction videos. Like, I don't have things to do these days. I haven't dropped a lot of videos because of the privacy not being there. Like, quarantine doesn't help. But I'm gonna do everything I can to post videos and edit videos and produce videos, record videos. I'm gonna do everything I can. If you wanna see what I do, just subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna be uploading a lot of videos. I swear. I promise I will do a lot of videos these days. And leave a comment and let me know what you think of the ranking. Well, what are your opinions on certain teams? Where do you see your favorite team in this list, and where would you put them? Let me know, guys. Leave a like in the video if you did enjoy, like I said, and subscribe to the channel. You're not gonna miss a lot. You're not gonna miss anything. You can't miss anything. You miss if you're not subscribed. So hasta la vista, baby.